Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Sumidouro Farm. This is a new mod map out from Andrade M.L Modding, Wesley Franco and Marcos Renegados. I think it's modding. It says moddy and I think they've run out of space, but anyway, could be moddi, could be moddy, could be modding. Anyway, 267.01 megabytes download, but there are 14 required mods that will download automatically with this map, including small horse pasture, sheds, cow barns, Bunkersilo sets, chicken barn, warehouses, pig feed buying station, pigsty manure heap. There's a whole load. It's listed in the description, but they will download automatically, and as I say, 14 of them. Contracts are available on this map, and there are 3 additional crop types. We've got rice, we've got carioca beans and alfalfa. The rice, carioca beans and alfalfa can all be put in the ground with seeders, but the carioca bean can also be put in the ground with the planter as well. If I go to here and show you under seeders, you'll see those crop types. There's the 3. So seeders will do all 3 of them. If we come out and we go to planters, planters will also do the carioca beans. Now, as far as alfalfa goes, that can be mowed. It can be tedded, so you can get alfalfa grass and alfalfa hay. As far as the other 2 crops, a regular header will harvest them, so your rice and carioca beans can be done with a regular header. We start just here. If we go to the map, we are up here at this point on the map. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm, in inverted commas. So this plot here is all one. 282,928. You get this plot here, this little plot across the road, and this plot down there. Field prices, there are 20 fields, I think, and it's medium to large. Starting at some smaller ones there at 382 grand, that one at 262, and the prices kind of go up over $1 million. 671, over $1 million. That one there, 2,088,944. So yeah, prices are up there. Now the verges, the periphery outskirts of the map, can be purchased. That's 3,844,096 to get the bits around the outside, the bit down the middle, and the strip across here, which is basically a river valley with trees either side of it. So you may or may not want to. All these little plots, plot 20, 21, 22, 23. Where's 24? Oh, there, 24 and 25. Those plots can all be purchased as well, and they all have sheds on them. No farm animals, no silos, nothing like that. Just additional sheds, but can be used as farm yards if you want to. So that's the map. If we come out of there, go into build mode. The only thing over and above the 14 required mods that's been put in by the map maker, as far as I can find, is under landscaping and plants, and it's these ones out the end here. They've all been added in under plants. Everything else is a required mod, so nothing else added in by the map maker. Under painting, we've got red textures, as we often get with the Brazilian maps, so a few on there. So from here, if I turn around, the first of those plots there can be purchased, which will give you access to the barn behind. That won't open at the moment unless you buy the plot of land. That's the same for all the sheds on those plots. So plots 20 through to 25 require you to purchase them if you want access to the buildings. Unless they're open sheds, you need to buy them to be able to use them. We have a workshop trigger just here. There's not one at the main vehicle shop. It is here. I do like that texture on the ground. And this is the start part. I say start part. The start farm, which is split across the road. The main part being over there. This little bit here and a little bit further down the road. But we do have, actually I'm going to whisk through and put the shed lights on so we can see the start of our equipment and machinery. And there's quite a lot of it. Slot count on New Farm is 1,065, which considering the amount of start machinery is pretty impressive. Slot count on farm manager and start from scratch comes down to 870 because you don't start with any of the machinery and equipment. None of it. But all the buildings are all still there and they can be removed. I'll show you across the road. I'll remove the ones across the road. I got the slot count down to 809. You can definitely get it lower because if you buy up all those plots and remove the sheds and things, I didn't remove this shed. You can get it down lower than 809 if you wanted to. That's just as far down as I got it to go. So, front loader gear, New Holland with mowers front and rear, forage wagon, fertiliser spreader. We get our grasswork equipment with our tedder, our merge max, windrower, baler, bale wrapper, all over here, and our pickup, Brazilian number plates. As far as I can tell, there are. So as far as I can tell, I've had a look. It doesn't mention collectibles, and there's none showing in the menu. If we just whiz down the road first, this is just the route round I've sort of worked out. Colour palette's nice. Lighting seems very good. We have the Mercado sell point just here. I think that's supermarket. I did a couple of translations on these, but I didn't translate that one. So that's your sell point there, Mercado. Come across the way. It definitely has that Brazilian vibe, as you can tell. We're turning here to the other side of the road for the farm. We have a 2-horse pasture just there, with no horses in it yet. We do have this shed with more equipment, and on New Farmer we do start with pig feed. We have got some seed, we have got some fertiliser. We've got a planter here, we've got another tractor with a front loader. We have a fuel tank, that's a 10,000 litre, which can be filled if you need it to be. But on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't have any of the machinery. Like I said, the buildings are all still here, but you don't have the pig food, seed and fertiliser there. These were still here. Actually, no, one was still here, which was curious. One of these was still here. I think it was the herbicide, not the liquid fertiliser. Anyway, if we go through and round this side, we've got 2 cow, well, we've got a cow building and a cow pasture. The first cow building, we have 20 out of a potential 200 in there. Manure heap, so we have 20 cows in there of 200. Silage clamp built into the ground, very nice there. That can be sold as well if you want to. Another machinery shed just in here with more gear in it. Slurry spreader, tank, muck spreader, mixer wagon, everything you need really. Roller, we do have some mineral feed, and we do have some bond silage additive just there as well. Crack that open, and we've got the cow pasture, and that has got, is it 40? 40 out of potential 400. No, other way, sorry, I've got my numbers wrong. In that one we got 10 out of 200. In this one we got 20 out of 400. So 10 and 20. Out of 200, out of 400. That's right. Yes, there we go. So they're all very happily in here. If we check on our menu, down there, you will see they have got some total mixed ration. They have got some hay, they've got some grass. So do start with some. We have got pigs as well, we'll get to those in a minute. They have got a little bit of base food, and as you've seen, we've already got some there. We've got some chickens down the road. So they do start with some feed as well, which is quite nice. And that's on all 3 game modes. The pens are there with animals in, which is rather nice. If we whiz around upside here, we'll go to the pig shed. Which is just here. The pigs are 20 out of 400 as well. We do have a light switch here. We can change the colour of the siding on this one. Again, this is. I think I did a mod review on this quite recently, actually. There you go, 20 out of 400. And down the side there, there's a trigger, and you can change the siding from blue to yellow, I think it is. That's your pigs. And we go back around, and we're going to head up to the vehicle shop. Now, as I said, because the workshop trigger's across the road that we've just seen, the vehicle shop doesn't have a workshop trigger, it's just the vehicle shop. But that is the reset point as well. We need to go... We can go out onto the main road if we want to, but we can actually access the vehicle shop down the side of the field just along here. So, reset point, plenty of space for big machinery, and then we'll whiz across the road up here. I apologise if I'm going to say all of these wrong, I know I am. So we have cattle auction, which is your animal dealer. No, it's not. It doesn't say cattle auction on the map. It's in well, it's Portuguese, isn't it? Brazilian, but if I can click on that, I'm right over it. There you go. Leilão Delgado, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, cattle auction. Next to that, we've got Celeiro. Celeiro is saddler, and then we got our pig feed buying station. The saddler is a sell point, which is around the side, and that takes all sorts of stuff. That's not just bales and stuff like that. I think we can do potatoes and sugar beet and stuff like that. As I always say when I do map tours, if you're not sure, go down to your prices menu, scroll down, or everything that's on there. On the right hand side, it will show you where the sell points are. It will also tell you if there's not a sell point for something. So you might need to put sell points in sometimes on maps if there's not a sell point for a particular thing you want to actually do. But it will tell you what the sell point is, how many there are for various different products. So that's the animal dealer. We're going to head down the map towards the sugarcane plant, processing plant. Now this has got a couple of things. I had to check this as well because I read it. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I bought a trailer down to the first one and I couldn't get it to work. It will make sense when we get down there. But so we've got the sell point for sugarcane, which is down here. You can see the steam rising. Now, as far as again, this is. I do my translations on Google Translate, and it's not always correct. But Sumidouro, I think means sinkhole. Does that mean sinkhole? Yeah, potentially. So down here into this rather large facility. If we turn in down here, we have the sugarcane sell point on the left fork, just there. On the right hand fork, we come round here. So there's our sell point for our sugarcane, just over there. Here, we have a buy point. We have two buy points here. This one here, on the map. And in the description it says it as well, but again in Portuguese. That one says, yeah, vinhaça. And this one, torta de filtro, I think is filter cake. It's basically when the process goes through, what the byproduct that comes out, all the stuff that gets filtered, all the solid element that comes out can be purchased. It basically transfers over into, this one is a slurry buy point, in simple terms, is slurry, and the one round here is manure. The manure buy point is just here. I did test both of them. It is slurry and it is manure that you get out from them. So, up and back out from the sugarcane plant processing station. And we're going to skirt around the edge of the fields. We're going to right past one of those plots. I think it might be. Is it plot 25 first we come to? I think it might be plot 25. You can just see it there, and it is sheds and buildings. I'm not going to buy the plot of land because, like I say, no triggers come up. You just get access to the land itself and the ability then to sell buildings or add buildings or silos or anything that you want to add on there. We are following the valley, the river valley along. Potentially that's the sinkhole. So here we go. So that's plot 25. Follow that track all up there. There's a little house. You can just see it through there next to that tree, right the way through there. That's plot 24. I must admit, I thought with the amount of required mods, I thought there was going to be a lot more productions, but it is mostly sheds and buildings, animal pastures and that kind of thing. Crossed over the bridge, or over a bridge, there are two bridges. It is quite... You don't want to go down there, that's for certain. You don't want to have a problem with your vehicle, and You know what it's like? I'm looking at this side of these fields and thinking hired workers are more like dire workers, and you're going to get a worker that's going off that edge, and you'll be away doing something else, and it will say that it's stuck, and you'll come back and find it all the way down the bottom of there, in the river. I can almost guarantee it. So following along from here, all the way along, there is another crossing point just here, which we're going to come back to momentarily. But we should have a turning coming up on our left in a little while. It's quite a long way down actually. Here we go, just down here. Now this is Pedrera, which is the quarry. So we've got the quarry here. There's a quarry sell point, which is just there. Pedrera, that's the quarry sell point. And then we have got, next to that, we've got Calciano, I think it is, which is limestone. So you've got a sell point there, and you've got a buy point here for lime, or limes, yeah. Back out from there. Actually, these plots of land, I'm pretty sure. So we came from there, the sugarcane. We followed that all the way along to that plot there, 25. I looked up towards 24. We crossed over the river here and followed all around the edge here, and we're now at this point. Oh no, I think it's part of the it's part of the outskirts of the map. I would say for putting down the same down there as well. If you wanted to add debris crushers and things and make it more of a quarry, it's quite expensive to buy that plot, unless of course you put some money in before you start your Let's Play to give you the ability to do that. So I'm going to see you back now at that other crossing point. We'll cross over and head back out to the main road. Right, crossing over the other bridge. Trying to get airborne, there we go. We'll follow this all the way up. Out into the main road and head to this direction. So another one of those little plots just there on the right hand side. They're actually pretty good for things like placeables and productions and things like that. Once you bought those little plots, if you want to get rid of the sheds and stuff on there, so if you wanted to add stuff on, you probably could on those locations. We come down to, so turning just here. This is Armazen 2. Armazen warehouse. So this is a sell point. Whoa. It's bumpy. There you go. So that's the sell point there. Armazen 2. Back out to the main road. We're going to be heading northeast. You see the large silos just to the left of the road. That's Armazen 1, so that's another warehouse sell point. And that's got a little plot of land just next to it, which is another one of those plots I was talking about. It's got some sheds. That's also got one of the fuel tanks on it. Another 10,000 litre one. Another plot just there to the right that can be purchased as well. Again, sheds on that. So Armazen 1. Just there, and that's the plot with the fuel on it. We can access the plot, but you need to buy it. Like most of the sheds on here, it's only that the one plot I think pretty much where we start out, where the shed is closed with the door. Most of these are shelters. Open the gates. Did I say northeast? I meant northwest. We're splitting the map diagonally, aren't we? So, this is the secondary farm, or thirdary, I suppose, if you think about it like that, because the farm that we started with, we got that plot there, this plot there, that's where we started, and that's the shed with the vehicles in. We crossed the road to this one here. We are now... Where's my vehicle gone? There we go. We're now here at this one. These are all linked. So these three, so that's sort of first, secondary, third. This is where we now are. All part of the start farm, but separated out. Another fuel tank just there, 10,000 litre. In this shed here, we've got the John Deere XUV sitting there, separate from all the other vehicles. I'm not sure actually why the equipment and machinery isn't spread more between the farms. It's all at that main little shed that we still. But it doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's here. Chickens. We have got 11 out of 360. Just there. Silo just here. The silo is, I did write it down, 550,000 litre capacity. That's one of the required mod silos, so they're in there. There's a few different ones available. That's one of the smaller ones. More shed and building space. And then we've got our sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger just here. Just inside this room here. There you go. Sleep and wardrobe. And that is the map, because from here we'll head back up here past the Mercado, and that's where we started, just there. And that is Sumidouro Farm. As I said, I'm going to try and get this right again. By Andrade M.L Modding, Wesley Franco and Renegados Modding. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.